This video is for Mac users who have an Apple Silicon chip or CPU in their computer. Now, if you have one of the slightly older Intel-based Macs, you can skip this video. However, if you have a newer computer with an Apple Silicon CPU, such as an M1, M2, or newer, you are going to need to follow the instructions in this video. We're going to use an application called UTM that allows you to run virtual machines. I'll be sure to provide you with a direct download link in the instructions. Follow that link to download the UTM application. Once the download completes, double-click it to open it. To install, simply drag UTM to the application's shortcut. Next, download the Fedora Linux image. And again, I'll provide a direct link to this download as well. Currently, I have the file hosted on Google Drive, and this is just saying that it's too big for it to do a virus scan. But don't worry, this is an image that I've created, and it's completely safe to download. So go ahead and click Download Anyway. Once the download is complete, double-click to unzip it. Now you should be left with a file that ends in .utm. Double-click that file to open it with the UTM application. Here you're going to get a couple of warnings because we downloaded UTM from the internet, and Mac is just making sure that you want to do this. And go ahead and click Open. Again, here we have the similar error. We'll go ahead and click Open there as well. Now the UTM application is running, and you see the virtual machine listed in the left-hand side of the screen. To start it, simply click the Play button. And now we just wait a few seconds to let Fedora go ahead and boot. Once Fedora has booted up, you'll be presented with a login screen. To log in as the admin user, simply click on that username. Now enter the password, which is also admin user in all lowercase. And then type enter to sign in. At this point, you're given the option to take a tour of the graphical user interface, and I do recommend that you do that. It only takes a couple of minutes and it will help you get acquainted with the graphical user interface on this system. However, I've already done that, so I'm going to click on No Thanks. You're going to spend a lot of time at the command line in this class, so let me quickly show you how to open up the terminal application. You simply go to Activities, click on it, and then type Terminal. You'll see that I haven't even finished typing it all the way, and it suggests the terminal application. Go ahead and click to open it. By the way, anytime I say anything about Red Hat or CentOS or RPM-based distribution in this course, you can do all of those things here on Fedora, as it is an RPM-based distribution as well. So if you hear Red Hat or CentOS, then it's safe to follow those instructions here on Fedora Linux. However, if I'm talking specifically about Ubuntu, then some of those commands are not going to work on Fedora. For example, the package manager on Ubuntu is different than it is in Fedora. However, the package manager is the same on Fedora, Red Hat, and CentOS. When you're done working with your virtual machine, come to the top right-hand corner and click the little power button here. Then you can click Power Off or Log Out, and go ahead and click Power Off to shut down the virtual machine. Again, I'm going to click Power Off to finish this process. At this point, you now have a Linux installation to use to complete this course and practice your Linux skills.